back to Witches of the Moon. I'm your Friday hostess, Natalie. This week's topic is witchy shops and witchy groups that we like, Facebook groups and YouTubers and the such like. So, today I'm going to shamelessly plug a few of my personal friends and also list some other channels that I like a lot if I can remember to do it. I'll try to link them in the down bar, so in case you don't know how to get to them, or for some reason you can't get the spelling or whatever of the different pages. I meant to have the business cards for my two friends that have their shops, but since this is a program that is new, the video camera I mentioned, my original program that came with my computer just stopped working one day. I tried to download new drivers, still wasn't working, so I just ended up just downloading a whole new program, and I haven't been super pleased with the video quality in terms of picture, but we'll muddle through. But I haven't been able to figure out how to flip the camera so that I can show you their business cards and you can actually read what it says, so I'll just try to link them in the down bar. Now there are, oh god, numerous YouTube groups, pagan groups on Facebook, and one of the ones that I am involved in, that I try to stay fairly actively involved in, is YouTube Pagans. And I really do enjoy that group because all of us that produce the videos, most of us are on there, so it's a very good forum for discussing ideas for how to enhance our videos, or new topics, or topics maybe from a different angle, and to discuss perspectives. What I like about that particular group is that most of the people on there have been relatively drama-free and respectful of one another's viewpoints or opinions and that sort of thing. I am a member of several groups, but I'm not always active in a lot of the groups. If I squint, I'm sorry. I'm in my backyard in the sun. My house faces east-west right now, and the sun has just decided to peek out. I came out here because it was kind of overcast and very nice, breezy, lovely day, and I love to be out of doors. I don't get to be out of doors, but my last two clients canceled for today and rescheduled for Friday, so this was a good opportunity. So I wanted to come home and do this. So I apologize if I suddenly go piratey on you, but YouTube Pagans is one of the Facebook groups that I have really enjoyed. There is a group, I believe it's a closed group called Mulmaka, that I'm a part of, and another one that's housed by the same lady, administrated by the same lady, Laura's I know her by a different name. I know her as Autumn, but she had to change her name because Facebook's stupid rules about you can't use your craft name, which is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard of. I don't see what it matters to Facebook whether you're using your real name or not. A lot of us are not out of the broom closet. I happen to be, for the most part, but not everybody is, and I understand some people want to use their craft name because they want to be able to connect with the community, but obviously Facebook is making some sort of stupid decision. But that group's called Mulmaka. That is a good group that I have enjoyed because, again, it's been relatively drama-free. I was part of Bewitchery for a while, and it just was a channel that I started seeing some changes, and it just was one that I didn't really feel connected to on a deep spiritual level anymore, so I didn't pull out of the group, but I'm not really active in the group. They'll probably end up booting me from the group. It just doesn't fit me spiritually anymore, so I am not a part of that. I don't like anything that has anything to do with drama or where the people drop hints about other people that are in the community. I really don't like that kind of behavior, and I strive very hard to stay away from that. So any groups that have that kind of behavior going on, I will avoid like the plague, which is why I don't get into a lot of the Facebook groups. I used to be in several, and I was trying to be very active in all of them because I see these groups as a way to have community. As a solitary practitioner, it's very challenging sometimes to find others of like mind with which to have intellectual discussions about practice and so on and so forth. Some of the channels on here that I really like, Jo Morris's channel, she tries very much to stay out of the drama. She produces what I consider high quality videos. A lot of her videos promote products that she sells on her shop, Starry-Eyed Supplies. I'll get to that in a minute because that's one of the things that I'm going to shamelessly plug in this video. Nadia Romanov has a channel also that I absolutely love called Lady Jayne's Bewitchery. She also has a shop by the same name. Joey Morris, her channel is Joey Morris on YouTube, but her shop is Starry Eyed Supplies, so I'll go into shops in a minute. And going back to Facebook groups, the reason I left a lot of the Facebook groups I was in was people started getting really snarky and nasty, and I saw a lot of what I consider high school behavior. No offense to anybody that's in high school, but when you're out of high school, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And, you know, I'm 42 years old. I'm not a kid, and I'm not interested in drama, and I'm not interested in putting down other people because their views are different from mine. And people that I see drama swirling around all the time, I'm probably going to avoid them. I don't friend them. I don't chit-chat with them. I don't involve myself with them, and I don't involve myself in groups that I find that they are in as a rule, because I don't like that kind of behavior. Groups that I have grown from, there's one called Druid, there's one called OBOD. They're both, you know, based on a druidic path. The OBOD channel is, a Facebook group, I believe, is actually run by someone who is a member of the Order of Bards, Ovates, and Druids, and I have really enjoyed that group. They're very non-judgmental. They very much are open to if you have questions, because I'm still learning a lot of the herbs and things that are out there. Some of those things are not available here, so I don't have the information on them readily available. That can't be good. So I like that group for that reason. I was a member of a group that was not a witchy group, but it was one about learning about herbs, and I did enjoy that one, but they had participation requirements that I just couldn't fulfill because of other obligations such as Witches of the Moon and my personal channel and school and my job and everything else. So, boy, that does not sound good. I just came through there too, so I'm hoping that obviously it's something serious. Hopefully nobody's seriously hurt to the point of being demised. But anyway, used to be so quiet and peaceful out here. We lived out in the middle of BFE, and now it's grown up around us. Anyhow, Facebook groups that I also like, Goddesses of the Moon. It's a closed group, but I have enjoyed that group immensely. I am a member of a group that I had called Another Year and a Day, the second year of study. That is a group that spun off of a group I was in 2 years ago that Tequila, Lady Gravedancer, started. That group was designed to go through Timothy Roderick's book Wicca, A Year and a Day, 365 Days of Studying the Craft of the Wise. And I enjoyed the group so much. I'm not Wiccan. I don't always adhere to the Wiccan Read or to Wiccan ideals, but I did very much enjoy the group, and I felt I learned a lot and grew a lot spiritually just from sharing my ideals and views and doing the videos and processing the information and discussing it with others, that I decided that when the second year book came out, when Timothy finished his second year book, I wanted to spearhead a group that was ready to continue that study. I am hoping that he will come out with a third book, but of course that puts Timothy at risk of giving away some things that are coven secrets, basically, things that are not shared outside of those who are formally initiated into Wicca, so that may not come about. But if he doesn't, I've really learned a lot from the first two books, and some of it I've incorporated into my own spiritual practice, and some of it I haven't. But I do spearhead that group. We're midway through the group right now, and we're still getting people requesting to join, but Timothy specifically does not want me allowing people into the group at this point because it's so far along. But for those of you that are watching that were interested in joining the second year group, he has asked me this week to consider running the second year group a second time, creating a new group and a new study following this particular current year. So I'm debating on that. I don't know if I'm going to do that again or not. I'll probably just keep this group open and add people to it if they want to, and then maybe recycle the topics as they come up, because there hasn't been as much participation in this group as there was last group. The book just literally came out. I mean, we started once everybody got their copy that they had pre-ordered months before in hand. So we're hopeful that we'll get more people into another group. So if you're interested in that, find me on Facebook, Natalie Suzanne, and message me, or try to send me a message here or in the Witches of the Moon group. I'll be happy to keep you in mind and add you to the group if we get another one started. he seemed pretty adamant about that. Trying to think if there are any other Facebook groups that I'm particularly fond of. There are several YouTube channels that I really enjoy. There's one, for the life of me, I cannot pronounce this guy's name to save my soul. Lailoken, I think it is. And don't ask me to pronounce the second one, but it starts with an S. His channel, I find he produces some very high quality in terms of the video. Very high quality videos. I love most of his topics. He obviously has a sense of humor, which comes out in the videos, which I love, and he comments frequently on some of my videos and on other people's videos. I think he has a really good channel, and I think he's done an excellent job in trying to promote other people in the pagan community who produce videos that he feels people can learn from that are not necessarily up in the 1,000 follower range. So he's a good one to check out. If I can remember or figure out how to do it, I'll link that in the down bar so you guys don't have to try to pronounce it either or figure out how to spell it. You can just look it up. I'm sure I'm overcomplicating it. As far as YouTube channels, his channel, I love the Biophilic Alternative, which Eva Maria is a part of. August is a part of that as well. The one that she changed her name due to the Facebook thing. Let's see, Lady Grave Dancer, obviously. Joey Morris, Lady Jayne's Bewitchery. Sunshine Morning Ray. I love Sunshine. I know a lot of you that were viewers from season 1 miss her, and she's fantastic, but I'm prejudiced because she's my cousin, but hey, it's a plug for her too. I really enjoy several new channels that I found thanks to Lailoken. He introduced me to a bunch of new people in the recent video series that he did about hidden gems in the pagan community. So there are some people that I'm currently exploring that I don't know their channels well enough yet to say I really like this. I do have a channel that I really like that is not particularly a witchy channel, but it is a channel that offers guided meditations, and since meditation is something that's very important to me spiritually, it's what keeps me sane and keeps my family alive, frankly, particularly my husband. I really love The Honest Guys. That's their channel, The Honest Guys. They have a bevy of wonderful guided meditations, and they have some really neat, unique guided meditations. The guy's voice is awesome. I also enjoyed The Good Wife, G-U-I-D-W-I-F-E, The Good Wife. Her videos I find I learn a lot from as well, especially on the topic of astrology. If you watch the channel, you know Daya, Ori's Oasis, and all of the personal channels of people that are on the group here. I subscribe to all of them, and I learn something from each individual, because especially in the area of astrology, I'm not as well versed on that as I should be, but those are definitely ones that I could recommend. There was another channel I wanted to bring up, Lady Grave Dancer. Oh, there's one called, oh gosh, now I've totally gone blank what it was. If I think about it, I'll add it into the description bar for you guys so that you have that. There is a channel, Dave the Bard has his own channel, and I really like him because I love his music. I find his music quite refreshing, but I don't know how many of you know this, but he is currently the head of the Order of Bards, Obates, and Druids, and so he does podcasts, and I will download those. So if you have the Apple Store, look up the Order of Bards, Obates, and Druids, and they do podcasts, which I listen to as well, which I learn quite a lot from. Let's see, there was somebody else's channel that I recently came across that I have really enjoyed watching the videos for, and it escapes me now. Sassafras. If I come across that channel again, if I remember what it is, I subscribe to it, so it's got to be on there. Oh, there is one that I enjoy because I like the way the gentleman speaks. I don't necessarily agree with everything that he says, but I do find that I agree with a lot of what he says. He tends to have such a very soothing voice and gives a lot of just general good advice on a spiritual level, and that would be Infinite Waters Diving Deep. He is fantastic. I know somebody, and I do not want to forget this individual because she is a goddess send. Kelly Ann Maddox. Her channel, awesome. She has a page on Facebook, also awesome. You need to check her out. She does segments called Tea and Tarot, which are fantastic. She gives wonderful interpretations of the tarot card. She does a lot of videos on shadow work, so if you're interested in that, based on the Choose Your Own Channel video, I saw a good response from that, so I'm assuming that's a topic that a lot of people would like to see more of. She does some wonderful videos on that I think you would really like. She is a very raw person, very honest and very open about her spiritual practice, but she does it with such an infectious nature that even though she's kind of, in your face, I don't want to say in your face, she's not really in your face, but she's basically a no bullshit kind of person. She's just who she is unapologetically, and I flock to that like a moth to a flame. She's fantastic. So Kelly Ann Maddox, you need to check out her channel. She's fantastic. That was the other one. As far as witchy shops go, there are so many other wonderful practitioners that create their own things. I know Joey Morris, as I said, her shop, Starry Eyed Supplies. I believe it's starryeyesupplies.uk. She's really fantastic. Her products I have purchased from her. She made a totem set for me that is absolutely phenomenal, and I'm so not wanting to use it because I don't want it to all go away. So I've been storing it and just using little bits here and there, but her products are phenomenal. And what I love about Joey is she's very open about her business being a heart-centered business. In other words, everything she creates, she infuses with her own fabulous energy. She puts her heart and soul into every single product that she makes, and it shows. And I know that a lot of people have copied her not so legitimately and tried to call these products of their own. She's very creative and comes up with some wonderfully unique ideas. She has little spell cauldrons that she does that are candles that have herbs infused in them and other things infused in them. Sometimes she even puts gems in there that, to give it the energy that's required so that you've got the complete thing there. And I know somebody was copying those. She was very upset about it. I think it's a great idea, but I wouldn't copy it and sell it as my own product without giving Joey due credit. I'm very, very, very funny about copyright kinds of things. Issues like that, they really irritate me. But again, we're in a practice that's very old, so there's very few ideas that are completely unique. But I will say, if you got an idea from somewhere, you should at least say, hey, I got this wonderful idea from this person over here, what have you. I'm very big on that. So even in my grimoire, I like to mark down where my ideas came from because I don't know whose hands that grimoire is going to fall into in later years. The other shop, as I mentioned, was Lady Jayne's Bewitchery, and Jayne's is spelled Jaynes, and I do believe it's all one word, Lady Jayne's Bewitchery. YouTube channel by the same page, same name, that would be Nadia Romanov, and she just recently gifted me some incense and candles that I can't even begin to tell you how totally phenomenal these products are. The energy, the smells, it was fantastic. I have used the Ostara products, obviously, because it was Ostara, so she had sent me some Ostara incense and an Ostara candle. She sent me one for healing and one for prosperity because she knew I've been facing some issues lately. My goodness gracious. Absolutely fantastic. I can't even say enough good things about her or Joey. Another shop, if you are familiar with James Stavanovich, I hope I'm pronouncing your last name right, Raven, I'm so sorry, Raven Shadowhawk. He has a shop as well, and believe it or not, I was about to say the name and totally forgot it. I've got to write these things down before I get out here to do these. Problem is, a lot of times I write them down and then I forget it, or I write it down and I can't get it, but I will put his link in the description bar. I will find his shop. He had a different shop under a different name, but I think he's not operating under that name anymore. But you can find him on Facebook, and his shop is phenomenal. I have my own shop. I'm not going to shamelessly plug myself because I honestly think that there are people who make better products per se because they have more time to put into it. For example, Joey and Nadia, both of them, their shops are their sole source of income. Their well, I don't want to say sole source of income, but their primary source of income. What they make on their shops is their livelihood. So people like that I would much rather support. I like to make lip balms, I like to make body butters, I like products that are all natural. I make my own teas, especially because I tend to have a lot of migraines, and so I'll make my own teas to support that. So if you are interested, my shop is the Purple Broom Apothecary. You can reach my shop by going to my website, purplebroomapothic.wix.com/purplebroom, all one word. That will definitely get you to my shop. If not, I have a Facebook page, and the link to my page is on that Facebook page as well. I do take great pride in my products. I just don't have a lot on my shop at the moment. I do offer divination services. I read tarot, so that's all there. But it is what it is. I believe that Amethyst Moon has a shop as well, but I don't know if it's currently operating, so don't quote me on that. The other witchy shops that I like are more local. There's a couple of shops that I have really liked. There was one in El Paso that shut down as far as they closed their store in El Paso. I don't know if they're still operating online, but they were, so I won't open that one up. There is 13moons.com. 13 Moons I have really enjoyed, and it's the number 13moons.com. They have I've purchased some products from their shop and have been very pleased. In all honesty, when it comes to my herbs and things like that, I do purchase from Mountain Rose Herbs on occasion, but I also get a lot of my essential oils and my herbs from Amazon. There's a company called Star West Botanicals, which sells on Amazon, and their products have been pretty good quality as far as I could see. So far, I've been pleased with what I've gotten. There are some other witchy sellers on there that I purchased from before, and some of the products have been okay. Some of them have been, not bad, but not great. But those were definitely ones that I would recommend. You can find a lot of what you need on Amazon, but if you can get it from another practitioner, I would recommend doing that because it's always nicer to support your community. I'm a big, big believer in community, and especially even though I'm a solitary practitioner, I think that we as a pagan community need to stand together, need to support one another, and not be at each other's throats. I mean, we're supposed to be on a path that's unique to each and all, and we're supposed to be respectful of each and all's opinions and views. We don't have to agree with everything to be friends. We can be mature adults. So supporting one another by purchasing from each other, I think, is also very key. Watching the videos, giving feedback, as even Maria pointed out in one of her videos earlier this season. When you are putting yourself in front of the community like this, you open yourself up to a certain amount of criticism, and that's true. So I'm a very thick-skinned person. I was bullied a lot as a kid, so I don't really care what people think about me anymore or what they say about me. But at the same time, I believe in giving each other respect. You may not have to agree with my views. You may not have to agree with my beliefs. You may not have to go along with everything I say or anything that I say, but for the love of God, have a little bit of respect for me as a human being and for the other people on the channel. So supporting one another by purchasing products and giving credit when we do get a product from another store and plugging that, I think, is very, very important. I wanted to also discuss a couple of local shops. 13moons.com, Pipes of Pan out of LA, or Pan's Pipes I think it's called, from LA. That's a pretty decent one, but it's pretty big, it's pretty well known, so I won't go there. 13 Moons is not as well known, but they do have a lot of really good products. The local shops around here that I like to go to, there is one in the Colony, Texas. It's a tiny little shop. It's unfortunately located right next door to a place a woman sadly was shot in the face and killed there by a kid from a well-to-do family. Don't know what was going on. He was from Frisco, which is supposed to be kind of like a hoity-toity area right next to the Colony, and he went into her convenience store, shot her in the face, even though she gave him the money. So I don't know what was going on with that, but there's a little shop right next to that. So if you know the area I'm talking about, if you know where that convenience store is, it's right on Main Street. Right next to that, if you're not looking, you're going to miss it. If you're going north, it's going to be on the right-hand side, but it's called the Light Workers Sanctuary. The place is fantastic. There's one called, I believe it's called the Pyramid in Dallas, that Tequila, Lady Grave Dancer, took us to when we were all together, and that one is really good. If you're looking for really nice quality crystals and you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, there is a shop off of TI Boulevard in Dallas, just south of Plano, off of 635 and TI Boulevard, called the Rock Barrel, that Tequila also took us to. And I can tell you they've got some phenomenal crystals there. I've gotten some lapis lazuli from them that I dearly, dearly love. They have all kinds of crystals and gems and wonderful quality, nice energy. They have some spheres if you're looking for something for meditation or scrying purposes. Nothing really, really big that I've seen, but they do have some big crystals, but not in the sphere. So if you're looking for a really nice crystal ball for scrying and you're like me, you've got, you know, a good size one in mind. I have not seen that there, but they do some good work. It's family owned. It's been family owned for years. It's a tiny little place, but it's well worth it. So look around. I recommend that you take a look at some of the shops that are online, some of the shops that are in your local area. You may have to look under the title of metaphysical shops. I find more that way, or light workers shops. You know, just Google light worker in the area you live in and see what pulls up. So that, I think, was all I wanted to say. I talked about Facebook groups, YouTube groups, and shops, both local and online. So I will find out the name of James's new shop, and I will definitely get that to you in the down bar. So again, thank you for watching. I hope that I've shared a little bit of information, but LadyJaynesBewitchery.com, StarryEyedSupplies.uk.com, or .com/UK, I'm not sure. I'll get that for you too. But Starry Eyed Supplies, if you just look it up on Google, Starry Eyed Supplies products, and it will pull you right to her site. She is fantastic, and she gets her products out fairly quickly, so as does Nadia. So very good quality, you can't go wrong. I hope that this has been a bit hope this has been a beneficial video for you guys. I appreciate you watching. Thank you for sticking with us, and blessings.